Hi, I'm Stephen, and you're tuned in to the Suffolk Craftsman's YouTube channel. And in this video, we're going to do a dry build. If you watched part one, we unboxed the guitar. Here it is. This is a Coban kit. It's a Les Paul copy in their nomenclature. It's a 711, LP711. And so what do we got here? Got the guitar body and the neck. We've got some bits of hardware we're going to assemble onto it, a few little basic tools and the electrics, and we're going to build this guitar to a stage where we can actually see that it works. We're going to put strings on it and make sure that everything lines up and seats where it's supposed to go and works. So without further ado, let's get on with it.
Everybody's gonna pray on the very last day, when they hear that bell ringing the world away. Everybody's gonna pray to the heavens on the judgment day. Well, you can sing about the great King David, and you can preach about the wisdom of Saul, but the judgment falls on all mankind when the trumpet sounds the call. All equal and the same when the Lord He calls your name. Get ready, brothers, for that day. Everybody's gonna pray on the very last day, when they hear that bell ring the world away. Everybody's gonna pray to the heavens on the judgment day. Well, one day soon no men will stand, His words will be heeded in all the land. Men shall know and men shall see, we all are brothers and we all are free. Mankind was made of clay, each of us in the very same way. Get ready, brother, for that day. Everybody's gonna pray on the very last day, when they hear that bell ring the world away. Everybody's gonna pray to the heavens on the judgment day. The tale is told and the seed is sown. From dust we came and dust we'll go. We know the Lord once told us so. Each brother take his hand, heed the meaning of the Lord's command. Get ready, brother, for that day. Everybody's gonna pray on the very last day, when they hear that bell ring the world away. Everybody's gonna pray to the heavens on the judgment day. Judgment day, judgment day, judgment day.
So there you go. It's a dry build. Why do we do a dry build? Well, it's simple really. If you do a dry build, you can make sure everything fits and works, everything lines up as it should do, check the action, do all those kinds of things. I put 2 strings on it so I can just check the action is where it should be. And everything's in its relevant holes, and we're going to I'll probably, just to check the electrics, I'll put the other strings on and plug it into an amp and try it. But let's have a look at how it went together. So you saw me put the electrics in. It's all in. There's a question about that switch, which way round it should go, but we'll know that. I can either buzz it through, or I can just simply plug it in and test, see which switch operates which pickup. All of this went in, no problem at all, because it's all plug and play on these, as long as you have some kind of picture or memory of which way round it went. We'll try the knobs on here just to make sure that they're a good height. Probably should be. They might need a extra nut underneath to make them a bit deeper, but we'll try that before we take them off. All of this went together nicely. You saw me put a straight edge along the frets and just line up the bottom of here so we get the action right. Obviously I've not adjusted the heights of the pickups, but you can see the angle of the strings is nice. That's all good. Action of the guitar is really nice and tight. It's, I'm figuring that's about 3mm. There you go. So that's all right. I've got a couple of little concerns. I think the nut height is a bit high because we're more or less parallel to the frets all the way. I don't know about you, but I like that nut height to come down by 1mm or so. We can either do that by taking the nut off and taking a bit off the back of it, or we can just file the slots a little bit deeper so the strings sit a bit deeper in it. I'll make a decision on that when we take it out. We were checking the fit. You saw me screw the neck on. That all went in nicely. The fit of the neck is really good. It all closes in there along this edge. It's running parallel to the body, which is nice. On this side, we can also get an idea of how this part sits, so that when we finish it, we know what it's going to look like and which bits are going to be which colours and what's going to show and so on. And so there you go. That's a dry build. Purpose of the dry build, as you see, it didn't take very long. Purpose of the dry build is just to make sure everything fits and goes where it should be, because I don't want to start sanding and varnishing, and we're gonna do the face of this in shellac, French polish. We're going to do the body in like a chestnut warm red stain and varnish over. I don't want to start doing that work if I'm then going to have to do a load of machining afterwards. So having done a dry build, I'm now satisfied that I'm not going to have to do that. We can strip it down and do the finishing on it, and then we can do a final assembly and play it. That's it. Tune in next week. Don't forget, if you're following this story and you want to keep up with it, then please do subscribe and hit that little bell icon so that you get notifications when the next video is uploaded. Until then, bye.